Alright, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, the JJK tuber that has the whole squad laughing. I got a dummy thick video for you guys today, but before it gets underway, don't forget to drop a like.
It's the thirstiest time of the year. Sprite, let's go!
Jujutsu Kaisen is truly blowing up. It trends #1 in Japan almost every week, and even trended 2nd worldwide.
Holy fucking smokes.
And while 2020 has been a nightmare, we get to close it out with my favorite part of the year. 'Tis the season for manga rankings. With the start of the anime, JJK has been going crazy. It smashed My Hero in sales, and came from behind The Promised Neverland to secure a spot among the top 5 best-selling manga of 2020. But we're down to 4th on Annie Trends.
That's something I expected to see in 2020.
Should also mention there's JJK dubs now available on Crunchyroll, and quite the variety. They announced this about a month ago, and there's now 3 episodes available for each one. I was excited for the English one, and then I heard it.
It was trash!
But still, shout out to the dub only fan. Yay! After completing his basic training, Yuji is put on an assignment, but this time Gojo places him under the supervision of a no-nonsense grade 1 sorcerer named Kento Nanami. Nanami is one of Satoru Gojo's most trusted colleagues, and while he trusts Gojo deeply, he does not respect him, because Nanami doesn't respect Jujutsu sorcerers, or like being one. He learns this early on in his training at Jujutsu Tech, but after finding a successful career as a salaryman, Nanami decides he's more suited to a life of sorcery. He makes it clear that he also doesn't like to hire up, similar to Gojo, but he does believe in abiding by the rules, and therefore doesn't recognize Yuji as a Jujutsu sorcerer, but as Sukuna's vessel and a ticking time bomb. He still insists that Itadori shows his worth, and the young sorcerer commits to earning the approval of Kento Nanami on his path to becoming stronger.
Do not send me dick pics.
Hey, you finna die, baby.
The assignment is to investigate the murder of 3 high school students that occurred inside a movie theater, and was undoubtedly done through some sort of curse technique, as their corpses had been freakishly distorted. As the duo arrives on the scene, they're able to trace the remnants of cursed energy. This leads them to the upper floors, where they encounter what they believe to be 2 cursed spirits.
Stop. こちらは私が片付けます。虎杖君はそちらのもう一体を。
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Scares here.
Nanami and Yuji have had a decent working relationship thus far, but they aren't exactly vibing, and Nanami can be very detached compared to the eccentric nature of Gojo-sensei. Yuji starts to get slightly irritated when he feels Nanami is underestimating his abilities, but Nanami states he must prioritize Yuji's life because he's still a kid, and then begins to lecture him, stating how the few life and death encounters Yuji has experienced does not make him an adult, but it's the many small losses that can only be amassed through living a long life that truly defines adulthood. Nanami then reveals his curse power, the ratio technique. This technique divides any target into 10, creating a weak point at the ratio of 7 to 3, making every hit that lands a critical hit, essentially giving Nanami insane striking power. He's able to enhance his technique through a binding vow that increases his curse energy at the cost of divulging the details of his curse technique. Fighting with only a dull sword he never unwraps, he slices off all the legs of his target with one swing. In Yuji's fight, he has some trouble in the first half, until he gets serious and reveals a new punching technique called Divergent Fist. During his training, Gojo noticed that Yuji's flow of cursed energy has a natural delay. It simply can't keep up with his speed, while in the anime it said his power, but who gives a shit, am I right? Yuji is also still a novice at controlling his cursed energy, and these things combined, when he punches, causes the first hit to only contain a small amount of Yuji's curse energy. During the punch, some of Yuji's curse energy breaks off as its own unique or separate flow from the main source, which is the majority of his curse energy that charges in after he makes contact. This acts as a second hit on the target following the initial impact. Even though the initial hit has little curse energy, due to Yuji's raw power, it still deals 20% more damage than the hit from an average sorcerer, while the second hit is the full force of Yuji's curse energy. And while this would be extremely difficult for a normal sorcerer to pull off, for some reason it happens naturally for Yuji, so he adopts it as a signature move, and that's the power behind Yuji's Divergent Fist. After defeating their respective opponents, Nanami notices that one of the life forms is flexing a watch. Not only that, but it shows up on camera.
Bust down, bitch.
This must mean that the creatures weren't actually cursed spirits, but something else. The corpses are later examined by Shoko, who reveals that the creatures were in fact human, whose bodies were forcibly altered by the unsub. While Shoko tries to tell Yuji he's not responsible for the death of those humans, he still shoulders the blame and is enraged by how someone out there is toying with lives. Noticing how angry Yuji gets on the behalf of someone else, Nanami is somewhat impressed by Yuji's selflessness. Earlier he was quick to shut down Yuji's enthusiasm, but when we hear Nanami echo those same words of encouragement, we know he's warmed up to Yuji a little bit. Upon further research of the security footage, Nanami reveals that a boy seen fleeing the theater may have a connection to the victims because they attend the same school. This is Junpei, a shy high school boy who gets relentlessly bullied by students and ignored by teachers.
あの女、自分の立ち位置を僕で確かめて喜んでる。
Gonna cry?
Junpei actually witnessed the murders, and the victims were his school bullies, annihilated with a single touch from Mahito right in the middle of the theater. But they were using their cell phones, they had it coming. They made Junpei's life hell, but they were erased so easily. And as Mahito leaves the scene, Junpei is actually able to see him and gives chase. Once he catches up, they start to befriend one another. Mahito explains to Junpei that cursed spirits are born from the curse energy emitted by humans, and begins to tell him about the special grade potential spirits, which are powerful cursed spirits that manifest from an image of fear shared by the masses, like well-known monsters and ghosts. But the fear of natural disasters has also spawned 3 special grade potential spirits, one born from the fear of the earth, one of the forest, and one of the oceans. The amount of curse energy they've acquired has caused them to gain hyper intelligence, and they've remained hidden ever since manifesting, but now they're allied with Mahito. This is when we see a nasty scar on Junpei's forehead, where he was branded by the kids at school, as Mahito reveals he's a curse born from the hatred humans hold for each other. Nanami sends Yuji and Ijichi to investigate Junpei and confirm whether or not he's a curse user, which is a jutsu sorcerer that commits evil deeds. Nanami is actually aware that Junpei isn't responsible for the murders because he's discovered Mahito's location and knows the trail of curse energy was to lure them into a trap. So Nanami chooses to go in secret, believing that it'll be too dangerous for Yuji, while he and Ijichi trail Junpei to find answers.
Do you want a Sprite cranberry?
That's gonna be all for right now, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I thank you very much for watching. It's been really real, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.
I was out of control down that only road with in the fast lane. Found me all on my own and you got involved like you wanna crash me. Got me back and reset it, for that I'm indebted for even the small things. Don't mind fucking up a check as long as you said I make this shit my calling.